Hey there. Have you ever made it to summer feeling just kind of more empty, kind of almost like, you're kind of still in a fog. You're excited that, oh my gosh, I finally finished work. I don't have to go back into the campus for the next few months. Um, or you just kind of realize like what am I gonna do now with all my extra time? I'm finally home for the summer, but yeah, what comes next? So let's talk about why rest isn't enough for your summer, for you to kind of rejuvenate and get back into the routine. And I want to talk to you. This video is going to be all about what a real reset actually looks like. Now, keep in mind, this reset is all about kind of how I'm taking it and my approach. So, if you want to know more about what I'm going to be working on this whole summer and just all about this whole vlog series about the summer reset, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Hey friends, I'm Heather W. I'm the Cozy Creative Teacher, and welcome back to my channel. This is actually my first official vlog after the school year. Today is Friday, June 27th, and this is actually, I would say, my first real full week back at work. My first full week home, resting, enjoying my time, and really just kind of mapping out exactly what I want to do for this entire summer in terms of working on my business, working on the products for my TPT store, and also just kind of focusing on rest and rejuvenation and getting back to my health and my wellness, because I really feel like this year I completely lost track of that. Now, I started this video by saying, you've made it to the entire summer and kind of you're left with a fog and almost like, well, what happens next? What should I be doing now? So what I'm going to be doing today is taking you behind the scenes. It might be a 2-day stretch, it might be a 3-day stretch, but it's a series of kind of my real summer, what that looks like, what I actually do, what I've kind of stopped doing and stopped working on. And I want to talk to you about how this process has helped me reclaim my energy as a teacher and kind of just resetting and getting back to my routine. So now let's talk about what I'm going to be doing, what I am keeping that I feel like has 100% made such a difference in my growth and my mental health and my wellness. And that is my trusty friend and my sidekick here, my journaling routine. I started this journal in June 1st, 2024 was the first entry. There it is. Now, the only thing is that this is not necessarily a journal that I use every single day or every single month. I do decorate it in different themes, basically depending on like how I'm feeling that day, or kind of just, when I take out my little crafting supplies, what I want to do. But I am pushing myself this summer to spend a little bit more time journaling down my thoughts, writing about my feelings, and also allowing my creativity to kind of continue to grow. So that's one thing that I am keeping for this year, just to kind of keep that whole notion of growth and mindset. So that's one aspect that I have consciously chosen to kind of keep for my routine. Secondly, you'll see I did want to show some actual clips of like what I'm actually doing on a day-to-day basis, and I am kind of doing some workout routines, and more healthy eating, meal planning, that kind of stuff. So I am making a very conscious effort and kind of like just like eating a little bit more healthier for the summer, and hoping that that will trigger, like, you know, kind of doing it on a habitual basis so that when the school year starts, I don't lose track of that. Now, secondly is my daily planning and my daily routine and my daily routine building system. And that is here my trusted planner. I am still sticking to a daily planner, and that is because there are still things and, you know, tasks and actually to-dos on my list even throughout the summer. But I'm using it more of along the lines of like kind of like almost like habit tracking. So let me show you what that looks like, and I'm actually going to pull the page out.
Boy, pause it.
I'm actually going to pull out a page from my actual planner. You could use any planner that's ever been created. You can go on Canva, create your own daily planning sheet or your own daily to-do list. I'm using the daily grind planner system. I've used it for about off and on for a year. So here's it with my trusted daily grind planner system. Now I'm gonna actually just pull off like one of my to-do list pages so you can actually see how I set it up. Guys, I just spice it up with washi tape. Nothing fancy. I just like to do it because I like to be a little creative and I like things to look pretty. You do what kind of feels more natural to you. So this is a daily 10. It's a list of basically 10 things that I want to focus on throughout the month, and these are kind of little SMART goals. Okay, so it's great to have these big goals during any month of the year that you have, but the way that you know that you're accomplishing your goals is through measuring them. So I'm using the SMART goal kind of to make sure it's measurable, it's attainable, that you can actually like pinpoint the exact time or day or thing that you do to make sure that you accomplish that goal. So the whole thing with this 10 is 5 are personal, mental health, wellness goals. 5 are kind of working towards my business or even my actual job. However, I am taking some time away from that. But there is a huge project that I have to work on in terms of my actual job. There's a huge project that has to be done over the summer. 2 state reports that I have to submit. That is a whole nother blog. I'm not even gonna touch that because mentally I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet, and I'm waiting for July 1st to hit to kind of get into that mind state. But my 5 personal goals are: I'm working on kind of a collage / dream book, and that has to kind of do with the Wheel of Life, which is a system that I personally use and focus on. I also work on using the Wheel of Life as a growth mechanism for my teachers during our coaching sessions. So I'll share a little bit about the Wheel of Life with you as well. My core workout. So I am doing an HRT workout system that focuses on just kind of core Pilates workout. It is free. It is from YouTube. I will link it below. And I just think that for a person who's really into health and wellness, you don't have to go to the gym and spend hundreds of dollars a month or go to a Pilates class to fix your health and wellness. I am working on growth, so I'm reading a lot of books this summer on growth mindset. I will be kind of talking a little bit in a separate vlog about the different books I'm working on. Spending time with my kids, doing little outings and trips. We just came from a 4-day trip to Grandma's house, so we had a lot of fun there. We went to Great Wolf Lodge. And of course, my creative journaling routine, and I just always want to make sure that I keep that journaling routine and system solid, and I focus on that. In terms of business, I am working on like kind of doing more systematic vlogs, and also blog posting. So I'm trying my best to see how I could link the vlog topics with blog topics for my website to kind of help it grow and expand. I want to expand on my TPT store, but I want to grow my TPT store in a much stronger way. I do have an online community for teachers that I am working on. That is a dream project of mine. That's part of my dream book and my personal kind of collage that I'm working on. And I believe that like you don't want to always just have ideas and throw it out there, but I feel like it's important to plan the process and go through the system so you can actually do a good job in how you're setting things up and setting your systems up. So that's kind of the plan for the summer. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing my first series or my summer vlog. This is kind of the part one of my summer vlog series. I'm going to be doing like just a group of different vlog series throughout the summer. I thought that would be like kind of the best way for me to kind of structure it and set it up so everything kind of is cohesive and organized. And again, this is my first time really diving into YouTube and exploring creating content, but creating content that can help others. And that's what my whole vibe is about, and that's what my whole goal is. So now that you kind of been able to see two things that I am keeping in terms of my routine building and my health and wellness, one thing that I want to talk about is an honest reflection of my school year and how actually did I feel. So today's June 27th. My last day of work going into campus was June 13th, and I can honestly say that like I feel like now is just when the fog in my head is lifting. I can't explain what happened this year. I know that this year I struggled tremendously with my health and wellness, and like mentally I think I was just broken and I just couldn't give anymore. And even though I finished on the 13th, it took me days to really get to a point where I could physically be like and mentally be like, oh my gosh, you hear my kids in the background, don't you? Anyway, it stays. But I think I just felt mentally completely drained. Okay. I wasn't angry. I wasn't bitter. I'm not like resentful. I'm just exhausted, and I feel like I have nothing more to give, which is why thank God that I'm home resting. That's why I feel like I wanted to start off my summer series and talking to you about like kind of why a simple reset of just hitting the beach and enjoying your life and living it up may not be the only way that you could like reset and really like heal your body and your soul and your mind. And I think that's kind of what my journey this summer is going to be all about, is healing the body, soul, and mind, because I really feel like those three have to come back to life. And it's all about nurturing the spirit. It's about working on your mindset and your growth. So instead of just kind of like, resting it out, binge watching Netflix. By the way, I am watching a fun show. I'm watching The Vampire Diaries as just a little, escapism thing going on. I just want to kind of do that for some fun. But I am kind of trying to be also mindful of this like binge watching for like 5 or 6 hours a day, because that is not a way to reset your mind, body, and spirit. So I feel like I feel like this is a good way to start my routine to help me reflect, reclaim, and rebuild myself. And that's what I feel like I'm in the process of doing. So I want to share that with you. I'm so excited. So here are 3 things that I think would be helpful for you. Okay. And I'm going to kind of follow this process, which is, again, I'm going to be journaling a little bit I'm gonna be focusing on kind of taking walks, and I have a garden, so sometimes I want to kind of work on just having some of those peaceful moments. And then what I also want to do, I want to work on kind of my morning routine building. You can see I'm kind of making some coffee. I'm kind of just thinking about what is draining me today, what has drained me this year, and what gave me energy. Because I think it's important that we focus on the positive and the negative aspects of kind of, the reflection and what we've learned and grown from. And I want to know about what patterns and what bad habits do I want to leave behind and I want to take forward. Now, in terms of reclaiming myself back, those can be done just kind of reclaiming and taking your time and your voice back and your power back. As a teacher, I've personally been making time for things that make me feel like me again. You can see that I kind of just enjoy having that morning cup of coffee. This is my creative project time that I work with junk journaling, and I am starting a new acrylic board project. And finally, you could see that I'm kind of here with my my Fresh Start. I'll kind of show it to you. This is my Fresh Start daily candle. It is kind of the green. Let me see if I know the notes. It's kind of like a citrus flower. That's the best way I can actually explain the scent. It's a citrus flower. And this is the fun part. What I like to do, I like to light a candle. I sit, I go through my planner, I'm writing in my journal, or I'm working on my dream book or my vision planner. I'll actually show you what my dream book looks like. This is my dream book. And I'll just show you one of my pages that I work on. And here's kind of like my creativity section of my dream book. So this is it's kind of like a brain dump, but it's kind of set up in the form of what do I feel about my creativity? What do I need to own so that I can do these kind of big creative projects that I'd like to do, just to again rebuild myself? And what am I actually going to do? So I'll share with you a few of them, because I believe creativity, we all should be able to benefit from it. So I want to do a natural painting. I want to do some more Dutch door journaling. I'm going to be working on hopefully some craft sets. I haven't really decided which craft sets those are. Drawing, and doing more decorative pages, because I love creating some decorative pages. So that's kind of like, I kind of keep it separate, because if I have it all in one place, there's just no way that I'm going to be able to like kind of keep track of it. So thank you so much for following me. I hope that you kind of were able to see some of the activities that I'm doing personally to kind of continue my growth journey this summer. I am, just to remember that it's okay to take that time for yourself to rebuild who you are again, to reflect on like things that are positive in your life, so you can move forward, or you can leave those negative things behind, reclaim who you are, and just rebuild your mind, body, and spirit. And that's kind of all about my journey today. So if this resonated with you and you want to try this yourself, I do have kind of a little summer reset, like bingo. I have a little activity, a bingo activity that I kind of just created. I thought it may be fun for you, if you're a teacher, or if you're just a mom, or just someone who kind of needs kind of this kind of time in the summer for yourself. Please go ahead. It's a free downloadable. Help yourself. It's like a fun little bingo activity that I think would be exciting to try for the summer. It's got some, and then of course, because I'm a teacher, there are prompts to, give some reflection ideas and activities, and just rebuilding strategies that you could use starting now. Okay. If you are craving a deeper space, and you kind of want to know more about like the journey of growth and resetting and rebuilding your spirit and your mind, hit the follow, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and thank you so much for following me today. I'll see you next time. Bye.